Hey, it's Tom
and Mike
from Take Time to Travel.
Malaga is home to countless amazing eateries and mouthwatering bakeries. So where should you eat? We'll show you some of the city's best restaurants, as well as its top tabernas and rooftop patios with phenomenal views to give you some inspiration for your trip to Malaga.
We'll start in Malaga's picturesque old town, on the outskirts at a traditional Spanish tapas bar called Barl Trana. The atmosphere was very fun and lively. The barman would start singing and get the whole crowd going. Somehow, they still found a spot for us to stand at the end of the bar.
My mom had a small beer, and Tom and I had a large beer, which came with some free olives. Then we ordered our food, sipped on our beers, and Tom even danced a little bit before our food started to arrive. The zucchini Spanish tortilla with potatoes, eggs, and onions, the stuffed avocado topped with mayo, lettuce, and shrimp, and the chori torti Spanish tortilla with chorizo. After that, we shared the chickpeas and spinach tapa, which came with some bread on the side.
Then we found a table to share, and our chorizo skewer was also served, as well as the flamenquine, which is breaded, deep-fried, and stuffed with ham, pork, and cheese, and came with a side of patatas bravas and padron peppers, as well as the spicy meat empanada and the chicken and mushroom empanada and the prawn skewer, which came with 5 pieces. The flamenquine and everything else was very tasty and a great value. Plus, when it came time to pay the bill, they added it up with chalk on the counter. What a memorable experience.
Next, we'll head over near the Alcazaba Fortress to Le Cosmo, a Michelin Bib Gourmand restaurant serving amazing Andalusian cuisine. We went for dinner with our friends and ordered a couple of Victoria beers to start our meal, followed by the caprese tuna with burrata and olive sauce, as well as the whole fried sea bass with lettuce and emulsion, and the breaded entrecote made with 200 grams of beef loin served with an herb salad as a side dish, and patatas fritas for us to share.
Our friends ordered the grilled duck breast with homemade barbecue sauce, as well as the classic steak tartare sandwich, the sautéed peas with black sausage and egg yolk, the Gilda skewer with tuna, tomato, peppers, and anchovies, and the fried boneless chicken wings soaked in Andalusian teriyaki sauce. Then for dessert, everyone got the corn flan made with peanut praline. All of the food was delicious, but the flan and the entrecote were particular standouts and were phenomenal.
Next, we'll head over to one of Malaga's popular dessert shops called La Cheesequería. They specialize in a variety of mouth-watering cheesecake flavors, as well as appetizing house-made cookies. Everything looked so tasty, we couldn't get just one kind, so we went overboard and got 3. The Kinder Bueno cheesecake slice on the left, the pistachio cheesecake in the middle, and the Milky Bar cheesecake on the right.
All 3 were fantastic and very creamy. My favorite was the Milky Bar, and Mike's was the pistachio. But there's lots more to eat on our Malaga's Best Restaurants food tour, so let's keep going and head over to the Huelin neighborhood for lunch at Freiduría Marisquería Chupytira, which specializes in fried seafoods.
The terrace was full, so we were seated inside the restaurant, and we each ordered a beer to start things off. Then we got the seafood pipirana, which is an Andalusian summer salad with tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, bell peppers, and shrimp. We also shared the breaded dogfish, which surprised us with a small bone in the middle, as well as the calamaritos fried baby squid. We loved the calamaritos, but we wouldn't order the dogfish again. Next was the smoked tuna tosta, as well as the Cantabrian anchovy tosta, and the vinegar anchovy tosta, which all came with small side salads. They were all excelente. To complete the meal, we were served some complimentary pacharan shots, a type of liqueur made in northern Spain. We loved our meal at Chupytira and thought it was a great value.
Another place that's a great value is ARREBATO Gastrotaberna. It's just a little hole in the wall with several tables inside and a few more outside, which is where we sat and ordered the homemade croquettes to start, followed by the truffled Spanish omelet with potatoes, eggs, onions, and parmesan. Both the croquettes and the omelet were amazing. Then we had the Russian salad with octopus and paprika oil, but we didn't like the paprika oil. For the main course, we shared the rabo de toro, or oxtail, with potatoes and padron peppers. The oxtail was incredibly tender, flavorful, and delicious. For dessert, I chose the torrija, a Spanish-French toast with spiced milk, sugar, and ice cream. And Mike had the payoyo cheesecake made with goat's milk. Plus, we got some complimentary liqueur shots. We really enjoyed our meal at ARREBATO. The oxtail, the omelette, and the cheesecake were standouts though. But let's keep going and make our way through the old town, past all of these inviting terraces, and over to this place here called Comparte.
They have a small patio out front, but it was full, so we were seated inside for our reservation and started our meal with a couple of tinto de verano to drink, followed by Grandma's slow-cooked pork cheek in a vegetable and red wine sauce with caramelized almonds, and the homemade prawn pil-pil croquettes with kimchi mayo. Their croquettes were fantastic, and the slow-cooked pork cheek was amazing too. It fell apart so easily.
After that, we were served this intriguing dish hidden beneath a cloud of smoke. 310 grams of the smoked octopus leg, accompanied by purple potato slices and puree. We don't normally order a whole octopus leg, but it was cooked perfectly, very tender, and you could really taste the smoky flavor. Then to finish our meal, we had the cheesecake, which had a little bit of a plating accident. However, it was still super creamy and delicious.
Following that, we'll take a short walk over to the main street called Calle Larios to check out Hotel Vincci Larios Diez's rooftop patio. Let's head inside the 200-year-old building that's now a luxury hotel and make our way up to Restaurant El Tayier Delario Diez, which has a wraparound rooftop terrace where you can soak up the sun or sit in the shade under the awnings and enjoy the phenomenal vistas of the rooftops of Malaga's Old Town, as well as the Malaga Cathedral and down the iconic Calle Larios.
We started our lunch with a couple of pints of Alhambra Especial beer, which came with some complimentary olives. Cheers! What a fantastic spot to enjoy a nice cold beer. Then as an appetizer, we shared the sea bass ceviche with avocado, mango, red onion, and choclo Peruvian corn. It was a good portion size and tasted great. For our mains, Mike ordered the duck confit with sautéed citrus quinoa, and I chose the salmon mikut with sautéed Thai vegetables. Both dishes tasted wonderful. The salmon was cooked perfectly and melted in my mouth. And we made a reservation with the Fork website, so we got 20% off all of the food. What a lovely afternoon.
We also checked out Tatanegro so that we could get an up-close view of the Malaga Cathedral. Their terrace has a phenomenal perspective. However, we didn't actually try the food here. But of course, we had a couple of pints of Victoria beer to drink. Now we'll walk a few minutes through the Centro Histórico and head over to a Mediterranean fusion restaurant called KORTXO, where we met our friends from Canada for lunch and started with a couple of pints of Victoria beer, as usual, followed by the Russian salad, a type of Spanish potato salad with avocado, mayo, and smoked eel, as well as the mixed croquettes with oxtail and spider crab, and the green curry ceviche with fish, avocado, and tobiko.
We also got the miso-glazed grilled salmon with sautéed vegetables, and the roasted pumpkin and Atlantic scallop risotto. Our friends ordered the artichoke flour with white truffle burrata and beet hummus, and the bravas potatoes KORTXO style.
Then for dessert, Tom and I shared the sakura, which is a cherry cotton candy tree with a dark chocolate trunk, and a cherry ice cream and brownie base. It was a fun way to end a wonderful and delicious meal at KORTXO. Well, we hope you enjoyed our best restaurants in Malaga food tour. If you did, please like, subscribe, and check out our best restaurants in Marbella video. And remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.